I want to start by saying I don't expect anyone to believe this. I've told 2 people in my life the full version of what happened that summer, and both of them looked at me the same way, like they were being polite about it. So I'm not asking you to believe me, I'm just asking you to listen. I was 19, working the overnight shift at a gas station off Route 9, the kind of stretch of highway that doesn't have much on it besides fields, a scrapyard, and about 4 miles of nothing in either direction before you hit another town. The job paid decent for a kid with no experience, mostly because nobody else wanted the hours. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. alone, 6 nights a week. For the first 2 months, nothing happened. Truckers came through, a couple of regulars grabbed cigarettes around 2 a.m., and I spent most of the shift restocking shelves and watching the security monitor cycle between 4 grainy camera angles. It was boring. I actually liked it. Boring was good. The first thing I noticed, and at the time I didn't think anything of it, was that a car started showing up in the lot around 3 a.m. Older sedan, dark color. Hard to tell exactly what shade under the sodium lights. It would just sit there, engine off, headlights off, for maybe 20 minutes, and then it would be gone. No one ever got out. I couldn't see a driver from the angle of the window, and the cameras weren't much better. I mentioned it to my manager, a guy named Pete who'd worked the store for about a decade. He shrugged and said, probably someone sleeping off a long drive, or waiting on a phone call. Made sense. I stopped thinking about it. It kept happening though, every night. Same time, same spot in the lot, same 20 minutes. And somewhere around the 3rd week of this, I started to feel like the car was closer to the building that had been the night before. Not dramatically, just a few feet. I told myself I was imagining it, that I didn't actually remember exactly where it parked the first time. Then one night I decided to actually look. I stepped outside around 3 a.m. when the car pulled in, just to get a better view, maybe wave if there was a person in there and see if they needed something. The second I opened the door, the car's headlights snapped on. Not the engine, just the lights, full beam, pointed straight at me. I froze for a second, and then it clicked off again. Lights, engine, everything. Dark. I went back inside and locked the door, which I know doesn't do much against a car, but it was the only thing that felt like doing something. I didn't tell Pete about that part. I don't know why. I think some part of me didn't want it to be real yet. 2 nights later, the car didn't show up at 3 a.m. Instead, at around 1:30, a man walked in. A Madrite, work jacket, ball cap pulled low enough that I couldn't get a good look at his face under the fluorescence. He grabbed a coffee, paid an exact change, and as he was leaving, he stopped at the door and said, without turning around, "You should stop looking out the window at night." Then he left. I watched him walk to the edge of the lot, and I want to be precise about this, he didn't get in a car. He walked past the last streetlight, into the dark field beside the lot, and I lost him. No headlights turned on anywhere. No engine. I did not sleep that day. I called Pete and told him I wanted to switch to days or quit. I didn't care which. He talked me down, said he'd come in for a few nights to keep me company, help me figure out if something weird was actually going on, or if I was just running on too much energy drink and not enough sleep. I appreciated that more than I let on. Pete sat with me for 4 nights. Nothing happened. No car. No man. Nothing on the cameras but empty highway. On the 5th night, he said he had to get back to his own schedule, that I'd probably be fine and that if anything happened I should just call him immediately, day or night. Of course it was that 5th night the car came back. 3 a.m, same spot. But this time the driver's door opened and someone got out. I want to say I saw who it was, but honestly, the details slide around in my memory in a way that unsettles me more than if I'd seen something monstrous. I remember a shape, a person-shaped shape, standing beside the open car door, facing the store, not moving toward it, just facing it. I hit the panic button under the counter, which was tied straight to a private security line, not the police non-emergency number, and I locked myself in the back office, which had a door with an actual deadbolt, meant for cash drop storage. I called Pete. He didn't pick up. I called again. Nothing. I sat in that back room for what felt like an hour. A timestamp on the security footage later showed it was closer to 11 minutes. When I finally worked up the nerve to check the monitor, the lot was empty. Car gone. No sign of the man. What actually got to me, what still gets to me, happened after I opened the office door. Taped to the outside of it, at eye level, was a piece of receipt paper, the same kind that comes out of our register. On it, in handwriting that wasn't mine, wasn't Pete's, and wasn't anyone I recognized, were 4 words: "I let you go." I quit that night, didn't finish the shift, didn't call anyone, just grabbed my jacket and drove home with every door locked, and the radio off so I could hear if anything was behind me. I never found out who the man was, or why the car kept coming back, or what "I let you go" was supposed to mean, whether it was a threat or a warning, or something else I don't want to think too hard about. Pete told me a few months later that a different night clerk, a guy who took the job after me, quit after 2 weeks and wouldn't say why. The store closed down for good about a year after that. Route 9 doesn't have a gas station anymore, just an empty lot, and a building nobody's touched since. I don't drive that stretch of highway after dark anymore. If I have to, I take the long way around, even if it costs me 40 extra minutes. Some jobs, I've learned, you don't quit because you found something better. You quit because whatever's out there let you.